Hey guys, welcome back and thanks for tuning in to my review of the SecureIt Tactical Model 52 gun cabinet. If you're looking for a way to secure multiple fully equipped long guns, you want to be able to get quick and easy access to each one of them, but also you'd like to be able to move that cabinet pretty easily in the future, well, this could be the cabinet that you need. Stick around, we're going to talk all about it. So I'm going to give you lots of details on this cabinet and also talk about my experience in using it over the past several months since SecureIt Tactical sent it to me for testing. But before I do that, I'll mention that you can go to their website, secureitgunstorage.com, where you can check out this cabinet right here, as well as their DoD cabinets, which are very cool and very humongous, and also all their gun wall options. If you want to build yourself a gun room and have a wall full of all kinds of awesome stuff on it, they've got all those options there. They've also got hidden safe options and just a great number of very cool products, which if I had more space, I would probably be taking advantage of. It's worth pointing out that the Model 52 that I'm reviewing is actually a slightly older version. They've come out with some pretty cool improvements on the new one, including a better electronic lock, a key override system, an L-handle design instead of that small knob that mine has, heavier lock rod and lock end system, heavier studs and bolts for assembly as well. They've also got 2 additional rows of louvers in the back for lots more mounting options. And in addition to that, they've got holes on the back panel now for mounting to a wall. The version of the 52 that I has those holes on the bottom and on the sides, which has worked out fine for me. However, with all these improvements, it's great to see SecureIt taking a product that is very good and making it better. So let's start off by talking about how this thing comes to your house when it's shipped to you. It comes in a big, large, flat cardboard box, extremely well packed and protected. It does not look like a gun safe when it arrives on your doorstep. When you get it inside, real easy to unpack and very easy to assemble. I did it all myself in probably under 30 minutes. That includes unpacking the whole thing. The instructions are extremely clear. If that's not clear enough to you, you can obviously go on YouTube, where SecureIt Tactical has done a great YouTube video describing the whole assembly process. But putting the whole thing together is extremely intuitive. When you have gotten it all together, it is solid as a rock. I mean, this thing feels like it's welded together, but it's not at all. It's all screws and panels and so forth, but it's built in such a way and engineered in such a way that this thing is rock solid. Talking about the steel itself, this is made of 14 gauge steel, which is comparable actually to a lot of other safes that are out there on the market in this same price range. Obviously other safes go up to 12 and even 11, maybe more, but you get into much heavier safes, much more expensive safes. When you have this 14 gauge, it's very strong, but it also has the benefit of being relatively light at about 105 pounds. That, combined with its size, which is about 52 inches by 20 inches by 15 inches, makes it really portable. So once you've got this thing assembled, you can obviously disassemble it if you really need to pack it tight, moving away to a new house or something like that. But if you can keep it in this configuration without taking it down, it is really easy to move. In fact, you can scoot it around across the carpet, no problem. I can pick it up sort of bear hug style and lift it and move it wherever I need to. That includes up and down stairs. Of course, if you intend it to be stationary for long periods of time, it does have mounting options. You can screw it into a wall. It has holes on the bottom so you can screw it into the floor or into concrete. You can make this as stationary as you need it to be, while also having the option of being able to move it absolutely anywhere you need to move it. Now, the keypad comes with a default code from the factory, obviously, and so you'll want to change that when you receive it. It's very easy to do. It's right there in the manual. It shows you step by step how to do it. You can change the master code, but then there are also multiple user codes. As we open the safe, let me show you what my favorite feature of the entire thing is. I talked before about the lightweight being a really big selling point on this, and it is. But to me, the best thing about the Model 52 or any of the SecureIt products is your ability to rearrange the interior to exactly what you will need it to be. So we've got a series of stock bases down at the bottom of the cabinet, That's where your buttstock rests for your long gun. But then we've got these upper cradles as well that you can reposition to any height that you need them to be, depending on where your optic is, where your barrel rests, etc., in order to get the best fit for each of those long guns. So you can reposition those upper cradles. You can also secure them with some of these little bungee loops. If you want to install those as well, you can put those in and wrap them around and really secure that gun into place if for some reason you're concerned about it tipping over at some point, which I don't really foresee being an issue, which is why I have not installed the bungees myself. In addition to those bases and those cradles, you've also got these great bins, and the bins do not necessarily come with the Model 52 from the factory, but these are options that you can add on and that you can put into this whole system. Inside of mine, I've got bins that have shells in them, magazines in them. As you can see here, I've also got a couple of pistols hanging on some pegs that also work with that louver system, a Glock 17 as well as a Ruger SR 1911 lightweight commander. What we've got is just a fantastic setup for rearranging and arranging your gun setup to be exactly what you need it to be. And perhaps that's something that's going to change over time. You set things up one way and you feel like that's perfect for today, but 2 years from now, you've changed out some guns or whatever, and it's a completely different setup now. So you rearrange things to be exactly the way you need it. No heartache, no problem. It's super easy to do. That's probably my favorite thing about this whole system. So as versatile as this system is, I think practically any gun owner will get lots of good practical use out of the Model 52. But a few specific types of gun owners will definitely need something like this. I'm talking about guys with transient careers. They got to move around a lot for whatever reason. They got to travel a lot. Guys that are students perhaps, or maybe military. You're going to be stationed here, stationed there. You want to be able to take your guns. You want to be able to take your gun safe. You don't want to have to buy another 1,000-pound gun safe every time you move or leave it behind or try to move it. But something like this that weighs 100 pounds approximately, as small as it is, and you can get it even smaller than this by disassembling it, taking it down, something like this really saves the day for guys like that. So those are some of the big advantages to it, but also, as I said before, you've got that infinitely adjustable and rearrangeable cradle grid system, just amazing. In addition to that, because of all the space and the fact that we've got 6 guns laid out in a very, very clear way with lots of room around each one, it's truly a one-hand, one-gun kind of system. There's no moving other guns around to get the one that I want. I just reach in, grab the one I want. I don't have to fish around, move a bunch of them out, have a few of them tip over and get dinged up and banged up. I don't need to worry about any of that. The one gun I need is right there. I put it right back where I want it to go when I'm done with it. There's no fishing around, there's no burying, there's no unburying or any of that other stuff. It's just as convenient as can be. Now with every review I do, I try to throw out some kind of a criticism, and I've got a couple for the Model 52. Number one, there's 0 fire rating to it. So if you're really concerned about your house burning down, your guns getting all burned up and melted, this is not going to give you any protection. A lot of gun safes, again this is a cabinet, a lot of the gun safes out there do have some fire rating to them. They're generally very, very heavy because of that fire rating, but they have it. So 20 minutes, 30 minutes, sometimes over an hour, your guns should be safe. However, the propensity, the probability of that happening is probably a lot lower than the potential of your guns getting stolen or getting into the hands of a loved one when you don't want them to get access to them. So I'd say protecting them from unwanted access and from theft is far more critical than protecting them from fire. Now the other criticism we're going to level at it is the fact that it's a $600 cabinet and it only holds 6 guns. But if we look at other cabinets that are close to that same price range, or even safes that are in that same price range that may claim to hold, 18 guns or more than that, how many guns do they actually hold? If you've got a big safe, you know that all the spots they set out for those various guns are for long guns that have no optic attached to them, no accessories of any sort attached to them. A lot of those gun safes that claim to have these huge capacities end up being far, far less because the guns inside of them are fully equipped and fully decked out with all the stuff you need on them, which takes a lot more space. So this is a 6-gun cabinet, but it is a true 6-gun cabinet. Every one of these guns is as decked out as I need them to be. They are prepared, they are ready. There's nothing else I need to add to them when I take them out. In addition, like I said before, there's no fishing around in here. You reach in, you get the one gun you need, pull it out, do what you need to do, put it back, and there's no digging around, there's no burying, there's no nothing like that. It's just there right as you need it, right in the position you need it to be. If I really wanted to get nitpicky about this cabinet, I could say that the 14 gauge steel is not as heavy as the 12 or the 11 that some of the other safes out there have. But at the same time, it's just as thick as many other gun safes in its same price range. So it makes sense. And really, it's not going to be any easier to break into at the walls than any of those other gun safes in its same range. So it offers pretty much the same security. In the end, I feel like the Model 52 from SecureIt Tactical is as secure as I would ever expect a gun safe to be. And it's also far more practical than any other gun safe I've ever used. I think it's totally worth it. You ought to check it out. I'm LA Boy Scout. Thanks for watching.